From the studios of the Department of Communication in Phillipsburg, welcome to Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylvaria Jacobs.
Good afternoon, people of St. Martin, and welcome to PM Talks, episode 16. And today, I must say, I'm very excited to have two young persons in the field of entrepreneurship. They are dynamic. I can't wait to introduce you to them. And we have with us Mr. Edsel Gums and Miss Anne Marlin Evans. I'm not going to tell you what they're about. You're going to hear all about it, but do know that it's definitely all about entrepreneurship. Edsel, Anne, welcome to PM Talks.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, so first of all, it's my pleasure to have you here. And Edsel, I'll start with you, just because I know him so much better. But I want to just ensure that we have a good, comfortable conversation. And I always admire the work you've done. I tried to entice him into politics, but he was like, I really like what I'm doing. And he's making a difference with credits. So tell them a little bit about who you are as a St. Martiner and what credits is all about.
Yes, Edsel Gums. I came from a banking background. I have a bachelor's degree in business management, which led to the opportunity at Credits, honestly. Since the journey in Credits, as the most of the population would know, prior to Credits, there was not a platform that would strategically or have a niche in looking out to say for small businesses in particular, where we would help and guide and finance both existing and startup entrepreneurs since after the hurricane. We started just about a few days before the hurricane, where we were forced to then open 3 months later because of the damages sustained. Yeah. But since then, we've introduced with a 2% interest rate, where we were able to help the economy boost itself back up since after the hurricane. So definitely feels good to be part of that process. I know now we're in a different financial situation, but this is exactly why we're here today, to help and guide those that may need such in order to move forward throughout this financial crisis.
I know what you're talking about, but when you say credits and 2%, people are like, what's he talking about? Over the past few months dealing with the COVID pandemic, I have been challenged as to how to motivate the people of St. Martin. I know that people would have lost jobs. We had no choice but to shut down the country to curb the rise in the cases and to retrain our population in new behaviors to be able to remain safe. It was not easy, and so many days in my addresses and in my talks to the public, I said, you know what, take this time to reflect, find your dream, something you've always wanted to do. I know of so many people who lost jobs in big companies, the bank, cable TV, name it. And with their payout, they pursued their dreams. And they are so much happier now than when they worked for the man, let's say. So I've been encouraging people on St. Martin to be a boss. What exactly is the 2% and credits offering to persons wanting to start a business?
Okay, so actually the 2% was a program that we started off with, so it no longer exists.
Oh.
Yes, unfortunately. But fortunately, we do have a package for the current financial crisis, which we call a bridge loan. So that's for businesses that suffer with maybe paying their rent or salaries, anything in, we call it working capital, but I know many people aren't familiar with the accounting terms.
Yes.
But it's anything that goes into bills and not buying any assets. You are able to come to Credits and apply for a small loan in order to keep our heads above water, so to speak.
Great. So I think that's clearer now.
Definitely.
Miss Marlin Evans.
Yes.
Anne, I'm just meeting you for the first time today, but I must say the Minister of TIAT is the one that was like, Anne. And you know, I had her on the program a couple of weeks ago, and we're really trying to push entrepreneurship, and you are an entrepreneur. So tell us a little bit about what you do, and then we'll segue in the second segment about how you two are working together.
Yes. Well, I'm a born St. Martiner, and I have a master's in finance and accounting. So I am an entrepreneur since actually born an entrepreneur. So my whole family has been in business, being your own boss. So I have an accounting, A&A accounting, consulting, training services. And what we do accounting, so financial reporting, everything to do with accounting to our clients. But also we have a department that we do self-development and entrepreneurs. So we believe in helping people, motivate people to be your own boss. So you have a great idea, you come to us and we help you develop and become an entrepreneur. So we have been giving many courses, coaching, together with the SBDF back then, which was the Small Business Development Foundation. Then we worked together with the Department of AVT on the Lucy Gibbs and Miguel de Weaver. We did many, many trainings and workshops educating the people of St. Martin how to file your taxes, why we have to pay taxes, the importance of taxes, you know, because many people believe, especially entrepreneurs, that taxes, I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want nothing to do with taxes, you know. So taxes can work in the advantage, you know. So we educate people. We give financial education because that's something we see St. Martin people lack in a whole, financial literacy. So we just launched right now a program of financial education, helping people understand, you know, how to invest, how to manage, how to budget, how to be able to even survive PM during this time of the COVID-19, because we know that funds are limited and we know it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Exactly. So there is where we come in to educate the people to become your own boss, and how to manage this little bit
that you have
at this moment, but yet with the one destination that it will get better tomorrow.
Yes, that is so encouraging for me, and I guess that's why Minister de Weaver called your name, because that's exactly what we were talking about, and it's a government priority. It's literally, my vision states that St. Martin is a place where dreams can be achieved, and it is government's responsibility to provide opportunities for such. But it will rely on individuals having the drive and the will to want it, because it's not easy.
Yep.
Being your own boss
is not
easy. If you want to just lie back and let somebody pay your salary and you know, handle what goes to the tax man and what stays with you and what goes to SZV, etc., then stay working for someone.
Yes.
But if you have a desire and a dream and you are good at something, you have a marketable skill, to me, these are the people that really need that help. And you said something within your A&A accounting and training part. I'm very, very interested in, because Minister Arion, our finance minister, he's also launching a financial literacy webinar. So getting as many St. Martiners as possible involved, I think, would be showing the unity of our government, different ministries working together. And with DCOM, we will give every opportunity to put that platform out there. So if you're just joining us, this is PM Talks. We've just finalized the first segment. We'll be taking a short break. With me, I have Mr. Edsel Gums and Miss Anne Marlene Evans, entrepreneurs and builders of entrepreneurs. And they will be coming back to you right after this.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylveria Jacobs.
Coronavirus is most likely to spread from person to person when we come into close contact with one another. We can all help stop the spread by keeping our distance. This means do not shake hands or exchange physical greetings, and wherever possible, stay at least 1.5 to 2 meters away from others. It's also really important to practice good hygiene, especially after being in public places. Together we can help stop the spread and stay healthy. Visit stmartingov.org/coronavirus or call 914 to learn more. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Government of St. Martin.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Mr. Mara, it's me, Earthquake, coming in Tuesday around 10. No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it comes, it'll shake all the sense and the sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking start and you know it's an earthquake, make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit, and the stairs that may be broke up or even full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and then poof, power gone. and you're stuck in a box without air. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls in an earthquake, that is bad news. Take care of yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drops and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't bother run outside and ask, you feel it? You feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on.
This public service announcement was brought to you by Sedema and the government of St. Martin.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylvaria Jacobs.
Welcome back to PM Talks. This is episode 16. We're in the second segment, and my guest, esteemed guests, I'm so excited, I know you can tell, are entrepreneur and entrepreneur builders through credits and through a new organization. So we're now going to go into why are you two in this room with me together today? I'm going to go to you first, Anne.
ANA Accounting Consulting Training Services. That's the name of the company. And our slogan is we motivate, we educate, and we inspire.
Hi.
Our intention is simply to build individuals and businesses. So we are the business transformers. So that is our brand. What do we do at ANA Accounting? We just launched a program called the SEDP, which is the SME Entrepreneurship Development Program. We will give people that have that great idea, because we know with COVID-19, so many people lost their job. Now, what do? Do you stay there and mourn and do not do anything? So we give you the opportunity. We call it an incubator program. So you come in with that great idea, because many people have great ideas that may work, but the bottom line is, how do you make it work?
Right.
So we help you with the whole idea, develop it in a business plan, giving you strategies, skills, marketing. We educate you how to run your business and what will work on St. Martin and what will not work. Because we see oftentimes
Understanding the small business society.
understanding the small business society. Because here in St. Martin, we have the culture, unfortunately, PM, that businesses start today
And stop tomorrow.
and stop tomorrow, because they lack knowledge, they lack skills, they don't like to change, you know, and
Adapt.
they adapt to the system right now. So now we are in a season that we have to go more viral, we have to go more global, we need to e-commerce, export. So this program right now will help you develop a program, and then of course lead you to access of finance. So that is where credits come in, because SMEs fail for many reasons. But we are here to help you not to fail, to be
Exactly.
able to get access to finance and make sure that your business becomes sustainable, that you will grow. We are here simply to develop businesses, because we lack it on St. Martin. But why SMEs? Because we know SMEs are actually the core foundation of the economy of St. Martin.
Yeah.
So how can we turn this economy around? Is simply to build a program to build entrepreneurs.
Small, medium,
Small,
yeah.
medium entrepreneurship. So this way, Q credits come in, that we will train you and then lead you to where you can
Find
have
finances.
access of finance.
Yes, so exactly where Anne left off. For the preparation though of finance, once you are already guided with your business plan and you have those plans in order, a challenge, I must say unfortunately as well, but with especially our local community, is that requirements.
Yeah.
Many times we don't meet all the requirements, even though the plan is feasible,
good plan,
let's say,
yeah.
within our market. We're talking about mainly down the tax lines, as you mentioned a bit earlier, where our community put most of their focus to save on taxes,
Yeah.
or probably to don't pay any taxes, but where it would then have them in a hole that they cannot get out when they plan to grow or scale their business through a credit or lending institution.
Right,
Yeah.
Because these same, the filing of the taxes, the numbers that you provide to the tax department are the same figures that we ask for.
And that is what you're going to use
And
to
that's what
actually
we're
build.
going to use to decide to, hey, can this business sustain or repay a loan or to grow within this market? And the documents that you provided says no.
Do you know that our Minister of Finance has been saying exactly that with the SSRP program?
Wow.
The majority of persons that we had hoped to help did not qualify because they had not been filing their taxes, they had not been living up to their obligations to their social insurance, etc., for their employees, and that created a vacuum whereby now, like you say, you try to jip government and jip SZV, and at the end of the day now we are in a position to help you, and because you have not done what you had to do, you fall through the cracks. And that is very, very unfortunate. So besides training and besides providing that financial assistance, and also guidance, what can we do now, even as people prepare to get to that level with just the idea in their heads?
Yeah, we see this is the time that together with government, that's why I love this, what is happening right now. This is actually the foundation that has been laid down, and this is the opportunity now that we are going to the people to make them understand that something needs to be done. Okay, we know we mess up, we don't have jobs, things is bad right now, but what do we do? This is the time that people have to understand this is the time to take actions. So what is the action? You have the great idea, it is good to come now so we can help you get to a business plan, help you take your idea and make it something feasible, because we know many people do not start PM because they lack finances. But our situation, the main problem actually is not only lack of finances, it's lack of understanding how to run a business. Because many have the passion, they can do this thing, but it is, you can do something baking in grandmother, baking some Johnny cake and sell, but it's something else to become an entrepreneur. It's become a mindset. Everything we do right now, even as government, even right now, what you're doing, it is great because you are thinking as government, the island of St. Martin, but as a business. How can we make something grow? How we will make our GDP grow? How can we turn around this economy? And the best way right now is to help small businesses, help individuals to be able to do something and to educate them. Unfortunately, we need to teach people how to run the business, how to not take your money and just spend it buying McDonald's and travel, going to Disney World and the stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, you have problem in your business. We have to educate people to become financial discipline. Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice big word. Financial discipline.
Because it's not because it is my business, I'm running this big idea, I can squander the money and do what I want. You have obligation to the country of St. Martin. And one of it is
employees too. Hopefully you have employees.
Exactly. And the next thing is as you grow, you will be able to hire people. So this SCDP program is not only for the one-man entrepreneur becoming a businessman, but is be able to give employment, because entrepreneurs, we as entrepreneurs, we give people employment, which have effect on the social economy of St. Martin. So it's a whole circle. So we need to change things swift, and it start with government, what we're doing right now, building a program that, hey, we are on for entrepreneurs. We are on for small businesses, because unfortunately right now, many will not make it with this COVID tragedy. We're not going to make it.
Thank you so much, Anne. I can see your passion. I can feel your passion, and I'm sure the people of St. Martin can. This is Anne Marlin Evans of A&A Accountancy and Training. Did I say it good? And of course, we have with us also from Credits, Mr. Edsel Gums, one of my neighbors. So I'm very excited to have them. We will be right back with the last segment, where I'm hoping that we can tie it off and then you can get some information on how you can get in contact with them. Stay tuned.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylvaria Jacobs.
Safety tips on how to use your mask. Wear your mask in public places. When removing your mask, properly take your mask off by grabbing the bottom ties of your mask, then the ties at the top, and remove the mask. When disposing the mask, discard the mask in the trash can and do not litter. Safety first. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth until washing your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds. These safety tips are brought to you by Collective Prevention Services and the Department of Communication. This upcoming hurricane season will be a difficult one. With the pandemic going on, it is essential to be even more prepared this upcoming hurricane season. Have your hurricane kit with all the essentials. Make sure that you have enough canned foods and crackers and bottled water for any eventualities. Make sure you keep up to date and get your information from the official governmental communication sources and services of the Department of Communication, DCOM. This message is brought to you by the Government of St. Martin and the Department of Communication. Sources and services of the Meteorological Department of St. Martin and the Department of Communication, DCOM, at Facebook.com/SXMGov, the website stmartingov.org/hurricane, the radio station 107.9 FM, and the YouTube channel Government of St. Martin. This message is brought to you by the Government of St. Martin and the Department of Communication.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylveria Jacobs.
Welcome back to the last segment of episode 16, where we're dealing with entrepreneurship. My guests are Edsel Gums and Anne Marlin Evans. I was going to say the other way around. It's been a really exciting and quick program thus far. A lot of good information. Right up our alley. This government's objective is to empower our people to stand on their own feet. And so, Edsel, tell me what you think is so important now for the people of St. Martin to know.
Mainly, practically, the situation that we're in now, the financial crisis. What we would need to know is our first steps forward. And already mentioned that it starts with the let's say, entrepreneurship literacy, or to understand entrepreneurship better. So attending more workshops, self-development, because that plays a big role. It's not the business. You are the business. So you develop yourself, you develop your business. Hopefully soon, I know that we received a promise a few years ago with a project that was supposed to take place, but it should still be taking place. Don't know when, hopefully this year still. But credits would be one of those entities that will be or should be passing on some of the trust funds to entrepreneurs. We need this day to come yesterday rather than tomorrow, but I wouldn't call it patient either, because landlords are waiting right now. We have employees left, right, and center being threatened with their salaries because businesses has to cut costs. I understand the social aspect as to, each individual losing out a bit on their salaries, but when you understand more of where our economy comes from, and as Anne mentioned, it comes from the business community. The more strain we put on this business community by making them pay their dues, let's say, it indirectly
shuts
kills
down the
us.
movement.
So I understand it does hurt, but I've been saying this on my personal Facebook from before people start crying about the economic hardship, let's say. It was more about health. Health this, health that. And I knew that a balance had to come at some point in time. And
the narrative would change once the health became good.
And the health went down, the topic of the health went down, and right now everyone is referring to the economy.
Correct.
So what I would say moving forward is to make that pen touch the paper. Even for existing businesses, things have changed. Your previous business model would not work the same way moving forward. So even you too need to make a business plan and get help when needed or if needed. But another thing with some of the locals is that we tend to keep our ideas and the secrets for ourselves, because it's a small community and where trust is a factor. But when we look at certain other communities, they
collaborate
pull together.
So is that something you would suggest to small business?
Definitely something that I would suggest if we really want to move forward and hold one head and share ideas amongst each other, share each other's customers, just know who to connect with. But that's what the workshops will be for. Credits will be holding their own workshops. A&A Accounting would also be hosting their workshops, and sometime we will be doing it together. So I'm just look forward for those workshops. They'll be on Facebook for sure, and we'll just leave you with our contact information once we're ready to wrap up.
Right.
Yeah,
And?
we are in a recession right now, and we know that the Ministry of Finance helped with the stimulus, but the
Right.
stimulus is just for 3 months for those that get the payroll support. Lockdown is only 1 month. But after the stimulus, what do we do then?
Exactly.
So this is a time actually that we need something, some entity to help with financial aid for the SME, because like I said earlier, many are closed down and they need actually money right now. Money will help us grow this
Right.
economy.
And to get it moving in the community.
So I'm excited, ANA Accounting and Consulting, we're excited with this project, with this financial aid towards SME. But what is our main core for collaborating with Q Credits? With credits, I always call it Q Credits.
Everyone does.
Credits with a Q.
Credits with a Q. Yes, is to not only give SMEs or entrepreneurs the grant or the loan or whatever it is to make sure we give it to the correct people that have the correct
trained
motive,
and
because
can
at the
use it.
end we needed the money to keep running in the
a
economy, circulating, so the economy can grow. Because if we just give it to someone and they unfortunately squander it and we don't get back result, it has no effect of actually
No
the
sustainable effect.
no sustainable effect. So what is why this combination in accounting consulting training will help do the due diligence with the entrepreneur, make sure that they're well trained, capable to keep these funds and be able to have a sustainable business and the economy grow.
Well, I am really, really excited to have had this conversation with you. I must say I came into the interview a little low energy, but just hearing the ideas coming out of your mouth, it gives me an inspiration. It inspires me to continue to promote my dream. I think my dream for St. Martin is achievable, that people, no matter where they were, I started out very humbly. My mom didn't have much, but based on her work ethic, she always was able to get back a job. She was always able to have more than one job even, and to sustain her family. And I've seen it up throughout the community. Humble beginnings, moving forward. And people of St. Martin, it requires what you said before, discipline.
Yeah.
I think financial discipline is something we do not have. So as soon as we get a little bit, we spend it off. So definitely I would like to see, maybe you can tell us how anyone watching or listening would be able to get in contact with you, Anne, and also with you, Edsel.
Like our page, ANA Accounting Consulting Services. You can give us a call also at 542-2025 and we will reach out to you.
Thank you. And you?
Likewise, you could also find us on our Facebook page. It's Credits St. Martin, Sabre, St. Eustatius. And then once you send a message through that means, then we would also get in contact with you. If not through Facebook, you could also visit our website, and our contact information is there. I do want to leave the community with just one last 10-second message though, that we've been trying for, since we started, maybe not hard enough, but to get some more volunteer coaches. It could be retirees, it could be someone who needs to get their name out there to be a certified credits coach in order to do exactly what Anne and myself is right now referring to give back to the community from their experience and their mistakes, so that others wouldn't make the mistakes that they already, correct.
That's excellent.
So for those who would like to volunteer to be a credits coach can also get in contact with us on that subject matter.
And that is definitely something a lot of people might feel, I don't have anything more to give, and especially some of our very vibrant retirees, and they have their pensions or whatever the case is, but to still be vibrant and to give back, you can't pay for that. You can't pay for that, and you can actually inspire so many others to get up and try something that they may never have had the guts to do before.
Yes.
I want to thank you both for being on the program. PM Talks is fairly new. It only exists for a few months just before COVID, and we used it during COVID, but it was existing before. I want to thank you for coming, and hopefully you will be able to come back once you actually, we talked about getting some of that trust fund money into that training program, and I look forward to us being able to follow up with the general public once that is the case.
Most definitely.
You've been listening and looking at PM Talks, episode 16 with Prime Minister Sylveria Jacobs, Edsel Gomes, and Anne Marlin Evans of ANA Accounting and Training and Credits. And I would love you to follow these two so that you can continue to build you. Be a boss and make St. Martin proud.